Hello everybody and welcome back to SAR11 Universe. I really hope that this match actually happens this time. Thank you. Good lord. To properly explain to anyone curious what I mean by that, this is the fourth time I've had to restart this match because they keep running in and attacking each other before the match. They're clearly not, like, bitter enemies after last week's Raw. It makes no sense for either of them to go fucking cheap-shotting before the match. So I'm just trying to not have that happen, and I literally have to restart this match 4 times for it to not do the cutscene where yet another heel turn happens. If there's one thing this first season is going to be remembered for, it is going to be like the 400 heel turns. Season 1 was like everyone needs to be heel. That whole like mock thing where everyone was like, oh, turn John Cena heel, you gotta do it, WWE, turn him heel. That's what this game's done, but with everyone, not just Cena. Every single person will turn heel. Fans are just gonna boo every single person that comes to the ring. Well, anyway, this is a high-stakes match to kick off Raw, which I'm sure McMahon and the Legacy will be sitting back and enjoying quite greatly. As these two are going to be forced to fight each other with some pretty high stakes on the line. If Punk wins, he gets McMahon at Extreme Rules. And if, what the hell? These two staring each other down. What the hell? Well, I was about to say Kane would get his mask back if he won. But, Kane seems to be walking out on the match. I definitely wasn't expecting this. I don't think anyone was expecting this, especially not McMahon. As I said, if Punk wins this, then not only does he get McMahon at Extreme Rules, but if he beats McMahon at Extreme Rules, he gets his mask off, he gets a title shot at Over the Limit against whoever the World Heavyweight Champion is. And Kane is just letting this match go. He's got until the count of 10 to get in the ring. I don't know. Well, CM Punk will be getting McMahon at Extreme Rules. I mean, yeah, at Extreme Rules. One step closer to getting his mask off, but Kane walked out. Let's pretend he's not doing that at ringside. That makes no fucking sense. Let's just ignore that. But Kane just walked out on his mask. The very thing that he wanted back. The very thing that he had stolen from him. I have absolutely no idea what to make of this, but it's a victory for CM Punk, and it's a match confirmed for Extreme Rules. Don't think Mr. McMahon will like that too much. Well, you guys wanted some justice, and you just might get it in this match. Brie Bella is set to go one-on-one with Tiny Shiny, who a lot of people feel is the rightful contender for the Women's Championship, and that the only reason she didn't win is because of the inclusion of Alicia Fox and Nikki Bella in that contenders match last week. Well, here tonight, it's going to be Brie Bella going one-on-one with Tiny Shiny. If Brie Bella wins this match, then whatever, she'll go on to her Women's Championship match with Michelle McCool. But if she loses this match against Tiny Shiny, then Tiny Shiny will be added to the Women's Championship match at Extreme Rules. So the stakes have been raised. Brie Bella could have to get through two opponents even at Extreme Rules. I'm gonna need to give Tiny Shiny a new theme song soon, because like McMahon's actually getting used. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Obviously hasn't forgotten about last week. What is going on with Tiny Shiny's boob? It was like moving on its own. When do they get rid of the ridiculous physics on that? Because I'm not really a fan, I'll be honest. Just finish already. Go for it. Hit that finisher. Hit that finisher. Hit at least one of them. You got two. Go for the vice grip. Or just keep headbutting. Uh-oh. Well, that's one problem that we didn't really consider, I guess, is Nikki Bella's existence. Also pin reversals. Those will never not be old. I mean, never not be ridiculous to me. I'm gonna press the pin button. Oh, they're poking me in the eye for me going to lift them for some reason. But I didn't press anything to lift them. I just went for a pin. How do you reverse someone falling onto you? Other than to move out of the way, obviously. I like that the referee runs over and starts staring at the distraction before the distraction even does anything. So is this the trick, is it? Is this how the Bella Twins are gonna work here on Raw? They're gonna cheat their way to the top together. Oh man, did you hear that? Well, good luck with that. Can only work for so long. Why is the referee so focused on Nikki Bella? He's like walking right in front of the match, just to stare at her. See? He's just staring right over at her. He's not watching these two wrestle. He's just staring at the woman over in the corner. Just pin her. You got this. Or walk on her. That works too. The only problem is she never goes for the pin off of her signature. Like, ever. Well, I mean, she might have there, actually, to be honest. That looks like a pin attempt. Clearly. She grabbed the head and awkwardly stood over the chest. That's a pin attempt if I ever seen one. Just hit your damn finisher. She always fucks around. She gets a finisher and she's like, nah, I'll do it when I'm ready. I'm not quite there yet.
If you're just tuning in, Michael Cole, along with WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler, welcoming you to this amazing sold-out event. I hope you know CPR.
Well, this is awkward. I hate when matches get like really awkward. And we got an interesting match card for you here tonight. As you know, Vladimir Kozlov was scheduled to defend the Hardcore Championship via your vote from WrestleMania. I think was when he last defended, wasn't it? WrestleMania. You guys had voted in CM Punk to be the... No, he's defended since then. He beat Cody Rhodes. You guys voted for Vladimir Kozlov to defend the Hardcore Championship against CM Punk, but McMahon had other plans for CM Punk. He started throwing him into, you know, all this and that. So Vladimir Kozlov will not be defending tonight, obviously, as Punk has already competed against Kane. If you can call that competing. So instead, the Hardcore Championship will be defended on ECW this week on Thursday. And because of the short notice for when that is going to be taking place, McMahon has declared that he will decide who will face Vladimir Kozlov for the Hardcore Championship. So, I guess I'm sorry, everybody. The power freak has gotten a bit too much. What the hell is happening in this match? I swear you put it to Fast Experience, wanting it to get over nice and quickly, and like, they're just not having any of it. The referee's like, hold on a second, I gotta stare at Nikki Bella for a minute. And then I'll pretend to argue with her for a little while. Yeah, and then I'll tell her to go away, and she'll come off the ropes. And then I'll stare at her some more, and oh look, she got back up again. So I'll argue with her some more, and I'll keep telling her to go away. Only this time I'll mean it, because this is the third time that I've had to pretend to yell at her. So now she's actually going to get upset and leave, and I'm going to count this pin that's still going on, but I'm going to make sure she's left first. Yeah, here we go. 1, 2, oh, and look, 3. What a surprise. Brie Bella is dog shit. Thank you very much for watching this annihilation of another human being. in action. Tiny Shiny will be in the Women's Championship match this Sunday at Extreme Rules in the season finale.
This one wasn't even close.
The season finale that is Extreme Rules. The Extreme Rules show that will be taking place in SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. The Extreme Rules show that will be the finale of the series that I have been saying for a very long time now, at least a month. The finale that is in fact Extreme Rules, not WrestleMania, not Raw, not just randomly SmackDown before Extreme Rules. The finale of this season that is Extreme Rules. The Extreme Rules is the finale, and it will be taking place in this game where it will be the finale of this season. Please stop asking. Well, in case you were wondering as to why Kane walked out on the match against CM Punk, allow me to show you with this footage that we found backstage after the match had ended between CM Punk and Kane, in which Punk and Kane worked together, just strutted on in and attacked the boss. You know, it was a little awkward. McMahon kept putting up a fight, as he always does. But yeah, they just strutted straight into the general manager's office and Kane chopped CM Punk. We all remember that classic moment. Man destroying his own locker room to try and fend off these two, but obviously, as we know, it will be CM Punk against McMahon in an Extreme Rules match this Sunday now. That is confirmed. Evidently, all we can really make of this is the fact that CM Punk, Kane, I should say, sorry. Kane was able to come to terms with the fact that actually he seems to be quite happy being a little bit more unhinged and a little bit more dangerous than he was before. Some people say that mask was almost like a filter. It kind of protected us from what he was truly capable of. So that is just a good old-fashioned beating of the boss, just in case you wanted to see it. Number 2, taking out Mr. McMahon backstage, and apparently this is not the last that we have seen of these two tonight. That should be interesting. Well, it's now Dolph Ziggler's opportunity to get some redemption after losing to Santino in a tag team match with Tyson Kidd. Santino, the only guy who is willing to team with Justin Gabriel, a very well-known backstabber, and I guess, yeah, rightfully so, Dolph is not wasting any time going straight after Santino Marella. Why would he? This guy was humiliated by one of the biggest losers in the company. Dolph Ziggler wasting absolutely no time.
Santino's in trouble.
That would have been a nice little combo there, but whatever. Goes straight in for the sleeper hold as he tries to get Santino quickly down and out in this one. A ladder match between Dolph Ziggler and Justin Gabriel takes place this Sunday at Extreme Rules for the United States title, and just like that, Dolph Ziggler gets the win. Now, of course, choking someone out, that's not going to get the job done when there's a ladder and a belt hanging above the ring. But, message well sent to Justin Gabriel with that one. Another loss at the hands of Santino Marella. Perhaps teaming with Justin Gabriel was the only thing that helped get him his first win. But, Dolph Ziggler, very quick, very effective victory here on Raw. Don't forget, this Thursday on ECW, the Hardcore Championship is on the line. Vladimir Kozlov defending on the final ECW before it switches over to NXT. And up next, though, our main event, a very tough situation indeed for the number one contender for the the World Heavyweight Championship, used to it being the WWE title here on Raw. Edge is set to go 3-on-1 in a gauntlet with the Legacy. Well, last week things really didn't go in the favor of the Legacy as they were bested in a 2-on-3 handicap. This is not the match that we had scheduled. It was not supposed to be that the Legacy would come out as a unit. This was a gauntlet match, similar to what Undertaker had to run before WrestleMania, in which Edge was going to go through, presumably, Cody or Ted, then the other, and then Orton last, in preparation for his TLC match against Orton this Sunday at Extreme Rules, which Edge had to go through Batista to earn the right to. The Legacy are furious at what's been going on tonight on Raw, between CM Punk and Kane playing management and the Legacy for fools by getting himself counted out and handing Punk a match against the Boss this Sunday. And also,
You think you know me?
the embarrassment that they suffered last week, 2-on-3. So now they're setting to go up against Edge, 3-on-1. Well, we know that McMahon has been rushed out of the building after that attack. Quite a bit of damage done to him by Kane and CM Punk backstage. No one really running the show at this point in time. It's just going to be a bit of carnage, to be honest. Edge is going to be going 1-on-3. He's not backing down. I mean, the guy beat Batista last week 1-on-1. Quite quickly, too. Quite effectively. And Edge is a known TLC specialist. Not yet competed in one here in this series, but he's known for it. Quite a bold move of Randy Orton to declare that he'd face Edge in a match he made famous. Well, okay. I mean, they did say we hadn't seen the last of him. Well, it looks like the mind games and the anti-establishment rebellion continues. CM Punk is coming down to the ring. I'm not really sure what for. Really started to win over the fans with this new goal, really. I mean, the thing is, he hasn't really changed all that much from his Straight Edge Society days, from the CM Punk that we knew on SmackDown. He's still a bit sly, he's still a bit of, oh god. Still a bit of an untrustworthy ally, but Kane seems to trust him. I don't know what is going on with this alliance between CM Punk and Kane, but they are still working together by the looks of things. I don't know if this is like a genuine tag team or if these two just have the same goal in mind, which is to screw over the Legacy and McMahon as much as possible. But whatever, I mean, it's making them pretty big names here on Raw. CM Punk fights to remove his mask and get a future world title opportunity this Sunday against the Boss, Mr. McMahon, who showed that he can put up a fight backstage, but definitely got a little outnumbered. Oh. Well, apparently we've got ourselves an impromptu six-man tag team match. I guess CM Punk and Kane decided that with McMahon out of the picture, not in the building at the moment, they can do whatever they want, and they're going to help Edge in his fight against the Legacy. Edge was extremely overwhelming to Ted DiBiase there, to the point where the guy needed to get out of the ring as quick as possible. We've not yet seen Edge and Orton go one-on-one against each other. TLC should be an interesting time for them to first do that. That stipulation makes all the difference. Oh. We've already seen CM Punk and Kane be a thorn in the Legacy's side last week when they beat them 2-on-3. The Legacy have so much to prove in this match. I feel like Orton may drop these two if he doesn't win this one. Cody takes control and makes the tag out to the leader. Well, I mean, this is definitely a much more fairer main event than what was originally planned. Admittedly, a gauntlet is definitely the better way to go among the two. Clearly, the Legacy were intending for a 3-on-1 handicap, though. So, I can't really say I'm too upset at the idea of CM Punk and Kane coming out and evening the odds. As I said, I don't necessarily think CM Punk is the most trustworthy partner to have. But, if Edge chooses to work with him and Kane chooses to work with him, that's their choice. To be fair, he was always loyal to Luke Gallows. It was only when Luke Gallows decided not to re-sign that those two went their separate ways.
Oh, wow. You know, anybody that thinks there's some good in everybody hasn't met Randy Orton.
Well, the World Heavyweight Champion is now starting to roll in this match. As the Legacy got off to a pretty bad start. Edge with that quick roll through. That was the exact move that won Christian the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. That pin attempt there. That style of pin attempt. Edge obviously learning a thing or two. It should be very interesting to see who comes out with the World Heavyweight Championship. That's one belt that definitely hasn't had as lengthy of reigns as all the others. Flip-flopped between The Undertaker and Randy Orton before finding its way here to Raw. I'd have to say Randy Orton's definitely got every intention of keeping that belt if I had to guess. Very, very wise move by DiBiase. And CM Punk now tagged into the match. Punk taking out all of the Legacy in one quick go. Oh boy. Ted very quickly backed up. And in comes Randy, who is not afraid of Kane, apparently. I suppose Kane, knowing, everyone knows, you know, the brother of The Undertaker, someone that the Randy Orton has, the Randy Orton, I know I said it, someone that Randy Orton has taken out in recent memory. I guess I could see why he's got the confidence that he could take on Kane. I could see why he's got the confidence he could take on the world.
Maybe his face is emotionless, but I think there's all sorts of evil things going on in that sadistic mind of his.
And he finally gets out of the ring. Orton is just having his way.
Well, you have to give the
now that Kane's on his back, you see Ted get into the ring. A very, very quick move. And I'm going to get the feeling that Ted's a little afraid of Kane. That was a very quick tag out the moment that Kane got back up to it. Oh.
Kane goes behind.
Oh, wow.
Cody Rhodes is extremely effective when he has control.
Can't remember which member of the Legacy it was that got eliminated in which order. I believe it was Ted that got eliminated last in that handicap match last week. Cody that went first. And that was the exact move, I believe, that took Cody out of this. We thought Cody had lost the match for the Legacy, but it carried on, as it was apparently an elimination match. Right now, Kane is just obviously having a bit of fun, knocking around Cody Rhodes. The #1 contender to the World Heavyweight Championship, Edge. Yep, I was just about to talk about him coming into the ring. Obviously benefits greatly from the amount of damage they can do to the Legacy. He's got to be careful. This just 6 days away. He's got to deal with them again, potentially. You know they're going to try and get involved in that match. And Ted now, rolling, tries to get the Dream Street, I believe, as I saw that turnover.
Ted DiBiase. Edge with the arm. And now he's back out on the
It really is just Kane that Ted's afraid of, it seems. As we now see an attempt, yep, Dream Street actually connecting. Cody, what the hell? Punk is right there to back up Edge.
And he finally gets out of the ring. And the ref starts to count. And now he's back out on
Big
the
six-man tag team matches across the board.
and he gets the tag.
You know, there's some parallels that can be drawn. So once again, Ted gets the hell out of there. Between the Legacy and the Misfits, two three-man groups that are trying to take over their brands, respectively. The only difference is one is anti-authority in the Misfits. They are definitely fighting Teddy Long as the SmackDown General Manager, whilst the other is eaten out of his hands. McMahon is definitely providing the Legacy with that extra bit of shelter and protection and just pushing them as hard as he can. He apparently intended for them to be the ones to face the Celtic Cross last week on ECW, but the only reason he took their tag title shot away was because he was disappointed in them. And then here comes two classic opponents, CM Punk and Randy Orton. Some people believe Randy Orton is the reason for the downfall of CM Punk that we saw over the months and months over on SmackDown. I'd have to say that that's a very fair accusation to make. CM Punk was rolling originally in the SmackDown main events. I believe he holds the first ever SmackDown main event victory over Randy Orton. Randy Orton, I mean, that's what this was all about. That's what turned Punk in favor of Kane, in favor of helping Edge and everything. It was the fact that he wanted to get a shot at Randy Orton last week on Raw, and instead of getting it, he got attacked by Orton and the chairman. I mean, the Raw General Manager, he's not the chairman. There is no chairman. No. Let's not get any false ideas in our heads. McMahon does not run the whole company. He runs Raw. And he could just as easily stop running Raw one day in the future. Just bear that in mind.
Oh, good Lord.
Orton trying everything in his power to continue to control this match against CM Punk, who is giving him a hell of a challenge right now. You say reminiscent of their old SmackDown main events they'd have against each other.
Diabolical. What a combination. You just don't know what's coming next.
I think we do. And there it is. RKO from the Legacy's leader. As Randy Orton goes for the pin on CM Punk. And this time the Legacy are able to pick up the victory. Much needed victory, to be honest. If they're going to feel like they're going to run this show, if they're going to feel like Raw is their town, they kind of needed this win. 2 losses in a row would have really stung. And as I said earlier, I stand by that statement. I think Orton would have dropped Cody and Ted there and then if they'd failed him for a second time. Notice that it was Orton that got the job done, though. Well, the Legacy stand tall to close out the final Raw of Season 1. And who knows how long of a future these three have as a unit. How much we can expect out of these three. Perhaps now Cody and Ted will have earned that tag title shot that they were originally going to be handed. Who knows? But what we do know is that this Sunday at Extreme Rules from Raw, you can look forward to a Women's Championship triple threat. Michelle McCool, Brie Bella, Tiny Shiny, a TLC match, a ladder match between Justin Gabriel and Dolph Ziggler for the United States Championship. CM Punk is going to go one-on-one with Miss McMahon, who has never competed in a match before, in an Extreme Rules match that if CM Punk wins, he's going to be named the new #1 contender for Over the Limit, and get to remove that mask. And finally, we have got ourselves a World Heavyweight Championship match between Randy Orton and Edge, TLC. This could be a sign of things to come in the next season, though. Don't know why I built that all up as the closing when I realized that we do this part. I'm just used to the old formula. You know, I took a whole year away from it and I'm still used to that old formula. What an eventful episode, I'd say. Some people would disagree. Most people would be allowed to. I don't know where I was going with that. Dolph Ziggler and Santino's relationship's gotten even worse. DiBiase and CM Punk are now enemies. DiBiase and Orton's friendship's gotten even stronger. DiBiase and Kane are enemies. Cody Rhodes and Kane are enemies. Cody Rhodes and CM Punk are enemies. Orton and CM Punk are now enemies. So basically, like, the Legacy are complete and utter enemies to, like, the whole CM Punk and Kane quote-unquote team, if you can call them that. Did not have turned Dolph heel. He's not a heel right now. Yeah, it did. It's obsessed. It's absolutely fucking obsessed with heel turns. It never turns anyone face, but everyone has to turn heel. It's crazy. Santino is supposed to be the heel. He's an ally of Justin Gabriel. What the fuck? It like double turned them. So weird. Whatever. Anyway, so the Raw rankings. Yes, there they are. The Women's Champion, Michelle McCool. Number 2, Tiny Shiny. Then Alicia Fox, Brie Bella, Nikki Bella. Brie Bella's not even number 2. And she's the contender, apparently. I haven't looked at these in a while. Oh yeah, Mysterio and Guerrero. That's why. Yeah, they were going to be a surprise tag team, but I changed my mind about it, to be honest. I'm not actually going to make Chavo and Mysterio a team. Sorry to anyone that was hoping for it. There is a reason for it, and it'll come down the line, don't worry. So, Kane has dropped, and the Legacy, both DiBiase and Cody, have increased. Oh, that makes sense, yeah, because the Legacy won. Sorry, I don't know why I thought that the Legacy lost. Yeah, the Legacy won, so they've overtaken Kane, both Ted and Cody, and Dolph has gone up to rank 9, even though he's actually the number 1 contender with his victory over Santino. And in terms of this championship, it's just all over the place. There really is no making sense of that one, but it's there if you wanted to look at it. So what can you expect from ECW this week, the final ever ECW before it becomes NXT? Not that match. As much as I think Saria would love to team with Kane, not that match. And definitely not our TLC World Championship match. What can you expect? Well, quite simply, you can expect perhaps a new contender being found for the ECW Championship. If not, I think it's time for Ezekiel Jackson to get his rematch. In fact, you know what? I'm going to say that's what we're getting. Ezekiel Jackson will have his rematch with Wade Barrett this week on ECW for the title, because he is due one. It's just that the Extreme Rules pay-per-view is a little bit full now. There's 7 matches on a 6-match card. So, yeah, that's going to have to be like an extra McMahon versus Punk rather than like in the game, like in the mode. But yeah, I think Ezekiel Jackson versus Wade Barrett, that makes sense. You might as well close the final ECW with an ECW Championship match. I mean, the ECW Championship is staying. People don't seem to listen, so I'll repeat myself. The ECW Championship is staying. It will be on NXT. I know that it's a completely different name to the brand, but consider the E to stand for Extra. Extra Championship Wrestling. It's the Extra Championship. That's what it is. So it can go on any brand, because it's the Extra. There's probably a better term you could come up for than Extra. That's just the first one that came to mind. It's basically, you know, it's the Career Builder Championship. It's the one that gets you started. Like early championship, maybe. I don't know. I'm not planning on making it stand for anything. I'm just saying you could probably interpret it that way. What else can you expect in ECW? Well, as we've already heard, McMahon has got a hardcore championship match set. Punk is not getting his shot against Kozlov, but someone else is. So you could expect that. And as for SmackDown's match, I don't know. I haven't really got SmackDown on the brain, because I just did Raw, so I don't know what you can expect from SmackDown. But you can expect 2 championship matches, maybe a bonus like a third. Like Zack Ryder defends the Cruiserweight title, or something. I mean, that would make the most sense out of the titles to be defended from SmackDown on ECW. So yeah, maybe we'll have like a bonus, like Zack Ryder defends the Cruiserweight championship against someone, or a tag title match. I don't know. All I'm saying is, we'll close ECW out with 3 title matches, okay? That's what I've got. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.